Hey YouTube, it's Colin, and this is a continuation of my storytelling series. This is going to be about my 1998 Acura Integra GS Coupe. So here we go. I was at Cal Poly at the time for college, San Luis Obispo, and I looked on Craigslist and found this Acura, and I think the guy wanted maybe $2,400 for it. And when I got there, like, the condition of it was just really beat up, but it ran beautifully, sort of. I finally got the car down to $1,400. So this is the car. As you can see on the hood, it's gray. The panel in the front, or the fender, is red, has clear coat. The bumper is also red, but it does not have clear coat. And the roof is green, and the side looks like it's blue. From the back, the rear bumper is white, and the hood, actually, the trunk is not aligned. The hood is closed at this point. The guy said that a tree fell on it. So you can see some dents in the quarter panel. One thing was that the lug nuts, like, they're missing one, and this is just like so mismatched. Like, there's two regular ones and then another regular nut, and the other one's missing, so like it's pretty unsafe to drive. Eventually lubricated those, and I put on these black lug nuts. It had around 150,000 miles on it when I bought it. I actually had to find a place where I could paint. At Cal Poly there was a parking lot that was empty. I went there one weekend and I just bought a bunch of supplies from Home Depot, and I didn't have my compressor with me at the time, so I just figured it'd be a lot easier if I just bought spray cans from Home Depot. So I bought a few of those, and I just started like sanding the car and then just painting it. I brought all my stuff with me, so you can see on the inside it's just really messy. And then more mess, more tools. And the mirror was also broken. So this is more stuff in the trunk. And this is the rear bumper painted with like a 6-inch, I think it was a Greddy exhaust. This is it after I finished painting or priming it. Another angle. And my friend was actually gracious enough to let me use his garage to do the base coat. So I lined his floor up with newspaper, and then I also removed the lights, covered the tires, and covered the windows. This is the finished product without a clear coat. So this is like a gray metallic color. I think it was like maybe $5 a spray can, and I maybe used like 4 or 6 of them. This is it from the back, and this is it from the side. I also didn't like the rims that it came with, so I bought some LS mesh rims. I put those on, and then I also cleaned the headlights, and I changed the turn signals in the front to clear ones. And you can still see the streaks on the hood from the paint, because it's really hard to do, especially when you're just using spray cans. So this is more detail. And in terms of the engine, it was pretty much stock, except I borrowed my friend's short ram intake. I started decorating it with like Honda badges, because in Japan, Integra was part of Honda and not Acura. And in the back I put a Autobot badge. This is the mirror. The mirror was fading or yellowing, so the solution was to put an extended mirror. These are pedals that I bought because the original ones did not look very cool, and this is what it looks like with them on. It was like $10 on eBay. And then I also put in HIDs. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the Fast and the Furious movies. I remember Paul Walker had the skyline with the blue LEDs, so that's what I did on this car. So there's some LEDs on the interior and like the underglow on the bottom. And then the license plate light is also like the bright white LEDs. So this is more LEDs on the inside, and I saw a neighbor with a Viper alarm. Well, maybe it wasn't a Viper alarm, but he had this Viper badge on it that blinked in the dark. I thought it was pretty cool. So this is it blinking, so people know that you have an alarm, which could be a good or bad thing. When the college year was over, I had to move all my stuff back to my house in San Francisco. I remember at the time I had like a punching bag, like 60-pound punching bag, and then the stand. I had like a 300-pound weightlifting set, and a lot of books, and I also had my bicycle on the back of the car. So you can see that the rear actually dropped like 2 inches, or I took this picture because I thought it was interesting how, some people pay a lot for this look to lower their suspension to get that flush look. And then when I finally got home, I was able to put on clear coat. So this is actually the car with clear coat on. You can't really see it. I'll show you another picture of it in the daylight. This is the mirror. So this is the car with the clear coat on. It's a lot more shiny, and I think if I waited a few days or a few weeks and I actually polished it, it would really pop. So here it is again. Another angle, and that's my Gixxer 750 at the time. Another angle, the front, and I also gave the intake back to my friend, and I bought an AEM short ram intake with a cheap, I think it's Scepter filter. And then I also changed the seat covers because I think they were ripped. The cheap alternative to fixing ripped seats is to put a seat cover over it. And this is what it looks like after I put Armor All and cleaned it up. And this is the last picture. So that's pretty much the end of it. I'll show a video of the walk around of the car. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to hear more stories, you can check out my other videos, and if you like my style of videos, you can subscribe to my channel. So I want to thank you guys for watching, and take care.